Hi friends, Mr. Chris here, and today I'm going to show you how to make your very own toilet paper marionette horse puppet. Let's get started. What I did is I have 2 toilet paper rolls here, one full regular size and then one that I cut in half. The full size one is going to be the body of our horse. The one that I cut in half is going to be the head of our horse. Before we start decorating, you want to punch some holes. It's important to know you want to make sure that the holes for the neck string, one right on top and one directly below it. You can either do this or you can have your child do this depending on their ability level. So one hole for the top, one hole for the bottom, that's our head. And we want to tell our children when they are decorating that the top and the bottom holes here, that's going to be where the neck is. So just to be aware, when they're doing eyes or a mouth, they should be on the opposite side of the toilet paper roll. And then we've got our full-size toilet paper roll. So for this one, the top, or the horse's back, is going to have one hole in the back, one hole in the front. This is where the strings are going to come through. So one hole in the back, one hole in the front, this is where the string should run through. And then on the bottom, the opposite side, you're going to have 2 holes in the back and 2 holes in the front. This is for the legs to dangle through. Again, we always want to remind our children the side with the 2 holes is going to be the horse's tummy, the bottom side of the horse, and the side with the 2 holes on top, one on each side, is going to be the horse's back. So, punch a hole in the top, punch a hole in the bottom, and then let them decorate and color. Marker seems to work the best with this. While they're decorating and coloring, this is a great time to ask them questions. Again, it's always about giving children choices where they have choices. What you'll need to do is you will need one string, and this string is going to run in the hole, under the tube, out the other side. So ultimately it will look like this when they're finished decorating. So step 1, have them decorate first. I would suggest stringing through one side and then up the other, and then pulling the string even. This is when 2 pieces of tape are going to come in handy. One there to keep it in place, one there to keep it in place. Next, we'll do the same sort of thing for the legs, and this is where those questions can come in. Johnny, Susie, do you want long legs or short legs? And then have them pick the length of the string that they use, and then give it a cut. For our legs, again, we'll go in one hole. And this is again where you can have them help. You can have them pull through and pull to even, or as close as possible to even, just like that. Another piece of tape there to keep them even. This is really pretty tricky for some younger children to get this concept. So if they need help, help them minimally by asking, where do you think it goes? Or show me or give me the directions on how to put it through. And then we'll do another piece of tape right there. Now we've got our front legs, our back legs, and our dancing strings. Next, you have to ask your child, where do you want the front of the horse to be? Have them pick which side is going to be the front and which side is going to be the back, and then you can ask them, all right, do you want the horse to have a long neck or a short neck? And depending on what their answer is, you can cut down a straw. The larger the straw, the better. The smaller the string. And the reason being is because the larger the straw is, the more it's going to sit on top of the hole that we created with our hole punch. But not to worry, I'm going to show you a Mr. Chris trick to making sure that this doesn't necessarily fall all the way through. But even if it does, that's still okay. So another trick, Mr. Chris trick, to get the string through is to twist and push. Twist and push. And I always try and have my patients and families pull the string out like so. All right. So now we've got the bottom part. And because that tape's there, it's also going to help to keep it from falling down into the body of the horse. But if you want to go one extra step, what you can do is you can cut a little slit in the straw and pull your string through. There we go. We're going to put our head on. Through the bottom hole. Now, he's coming along, he's almost ready to go dancing. Now what we have to do is we need to make our handhold. So I'll take 2 popsicle sticks, or if you don't happen to have popsicle sticks, you can use twigs or sticks from the backyard, or maybe even rulers if you have extra rulers at the house. But I find that the longer the stick is, the thicker the stick, the better it is, especially for little hands. And then we'll just take a piece of thicker tape than the Scotch tape that we were using to keep the strings in place. You know, something like masking tape is also really good, and we'll just bring our tape through like that to make an X. We string. The last step is to decorate the legs if your child wants to, and today I'm using beads that I spilled all over the table. Sometimes craft activities get a little messy, and that's okay. I always like to use a little bit of tape, especially for our younger children who may have a hard time threading the string through. Wrap it around and twist. Now, one of the things you want to make sure that you do is have your child leave enough room at the end for you to tie a fat enough knot or a large enough knot so that the beads or whatever you're choosing to use to decorate your horse legs don't fall off at the end. Sometimes I'll go over the knot twice. I'll make 2 knots on top of each other just to give it a little bit of bulk. Do the same step for the other 3 feet, and then at the end, it should look something uniquely like your child's very own horse. And there you have it, and then you can have a dance party. As always, friends, I want to thank you for stopping by today. Have a fun day, and bye-bye for now.